My emotions, I don't even really have words for them. I've been such a basket case, like all morning. My emotions were just up and down, up and down. I'd be like freaking out, and then I'd be super ready for the fight, and then I'd be freaking out, and then super ready for the fight. And once I got in the bag, got warmed up, and everything just went sound in my mind, and I just knew I was going to come out and perform. That was, it's amazing.
Is that something just for this particular fight you were a little more nervous or amped up, or why this fight?
I don't really know. My last two, like that's something I was, trying to ask myself. I was like, why am I so amped up, or like, weirded out about this fight? My last two fights, even my fight that I lost against Jillian, and then my last fight with Jamie, like both those fights, I felt super ready, like really prepared, like I was really excited to go out and fight. And this one, I was like freaking out all day, and then once I got to the arena, I was excited to go out and fight, but it was just, getting to that point. So I don't know. Everything's different, Every fight's different, and I think maybe my injury on my last sparring day kind of played a part into that. I don't really know, but the fact that I was able to feel that and then still come out and do this is just incredible.
Talking about the fight itself, it seemed like she sort of made a mistake when she stood up, right? She almost presented her back.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same?
Yeah, a little bit. She was a little bit more scrambly on the ground than I was expecting. I knew she was going to come out and be strong, and, I definitely felt that. And when I saw her get up, I was like, there ain't no way I'm giving up that takedown, and, just hopped on and got the choke.
When you win a fight like that, you didn't take any damage, really. Is that just the cherry on top, right? You can come out and be like, I can get right back in there. Like, what's that like, to win without getting touched?
There's really no feeling to describe it. There's no words to describe it unless you felt it yourself. That's one of the insane things about fighting is there's so many emotions that we feel that you can't explain that. There's no word to ping that emotion. So unless you've done it, you can't really describe it. It's one of the most amazing feelings in the entire world.
It's a feeling unto itself.
Yeah, it needs its own name and its own category. I don't think I can think of one off the top of my head. It might sound really dumb, but yeah, it's amazing.
You can kind of clue us into what the game plan was. Were you expecting her to kind of come charging forward at you like she did right from the get-go?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you watch her last fight, with Kylan, that's kind of how she comes out. She comes out really hot, and one good thing for me, if people didn't notice before, if the fight starts hot, I usually finish it. So it's usually if the fight kind of drags on, I get a little bit more okay, and I think a little too much. So it was kind of a part of the fight that we were excited about. We were like, this is really good for us. She comes out hot, and once it starts hot, I finish it. And so we were excited and ready for that. The plan was to wrestle, and I did have a lot of good things, a lot of good counters on my stand-up part that I was willing to, show if the wrestling didn't feel good out there. But I landed that right hand, and she came forward, and I just knew I was able to get that takedown.
Your last fight against Moyo, you seen that you had a chip on your shoulder because of your opponent's coach.
Yeah.
This one, I guess, how was it different going into this fight? Because you said you were just kind of nervous, but last time you seemed you were, angry.
I wasn't angry. I had nothing to do with Jamie or Team Alpha Male or anything like that. Vinny actually trains at Extreme Couture. He's one of my teammates. He was my jiu-jitsu coach on The Ultimate Fighter. He told me just multiple times that he wasn't going to corner against me. And, I have the name Spitfire for a reason. Don't lie to my face and expect that you're not going to hear something about that. I wasn't angry in that fight at all, but I was more than excited to, go give Vinny a piece of my mind after that win.
Still work outside of this, and from what I remember hearing you enjoy what you do when you work on the outside. But you would like to do this maybe full time, or do you still want to do both?
I wouldn't say that I enjoy serving. It's just I've been doing it so long, and the people I work for are amazing. So if it wasn't for me working for such an amazing place, I probably wouldn't be working there. The customers are hard to deal with. There's cigarette smoke in there. It's kind of, it's kind of not the funnest environment to be in. But the fact that my coworkers are so awesome, and I can go in there on any given night and make a couple $100, it's it's kind of hard to leave. And I don't really actually have any designated shifts. When the football was on, we're a Patriots bar. I was working all the Patriots games, but I just pick up shifts, whenever the girls want a day off, if I can help, so it's kind of one of those things where if I can do that, why wouldn't I? It's, sometimes if I'm, done with a fight and I have a little extra time on my hand, why not go make a little extra money? So I wouldn't necessarily say I love being a waitress, but it's one of those things where it's kind of hard to give up.
Yeah, but it definitely seems every time we see you, there's a new wrinkle to the game. There's something else. I just didn't know if maybe you were able to focus full time, then you thought maybe your growth in the sport would maybe speed up more. Are you happy with the development as it's going?
Yeah, I mean, I basically am a full-time fighter, I won't work for weeks on end, so it is one of those things where it's I am full-time, but if I do have an extra day, Friday night, yeah, why not go make some money? It's, you know, ridiculous to put all my chips, you know, just into fighting if I can make a little extra side money, you know.
Has anyone ever recognized you?
No, because it's kind of a lot of old people go in there. A lot of the customers do know I fight, and they'll ask the girls if they haven't seen me for a while, like, oh, how's Emily doing? And, you know, a lot of the customers already know I'm a fighter, so they just think that's cool, but no one's ever actually, like, went in and been like, oh, OMG, you're the, you know, the UFC chick or anything like that.
Was your fight playing at the bar? I mean, at your restaurant right now?
I don't think so because it was on the app, but I'm sure if I would have been on ESPN, they definitely would have had it. Yeah, they would have had it on. Oh, I guess they did have it on. They put fire sticks on all the TVs. So, yeah, one good thing, the bar manager, Reggie, he's very techie. So I think they actually had my last fight from Fight Pass on there too. So they were able to get it worked out.
And I guess kind of like from this, your walk back from this one, I love the emotion. You can see the excitement. What was different in this walk back from the cage to back here that was maybe different from your last fight?
I think it was just my emotions like all day, and then the fact that I was able to go out there and then to have a record, the fastest strawweight submission. I mean, that's insane. I can't believe, you know, I'm 4-2 and I have a record. That's crazy. All right, thank you guys.